Hello everyone, welcome to another Python related tutorial on Slidescope. In this tutorial, you will learn simple GUI calculator program in Python with Tkinter. So here you can see we have a calculator. Let's say we do 56 multiplied by 3. It will give you the answer. When you will press the C button, it will again clear the screen. Let's press something else and press equal to, it will give you that division's answer. So this program is a simple calculator program using the Tkinter library, and this program supports basic arithmetic operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And this program will be helpful for beginners who are learning Python so that they can understand what can be done with the help of Python, what real-time projects can be developed with the help of Python. And this will also help you in understanding different type of operators in Python and the basics of Tkinter library. On our account itself, we have another simple GUI application where we have explained how to create an EMI calculator. The concept is simple, the concept is very much similar, but there we have used different type of approach. So you can enroll in that course for free as well on our account. And now let's try to understand this, like how is this working. So first thing that you should have in your computer is you should have Python installed. So to install Python, you must go to python.org, from where you can download Python. From there you can go to downloads and Windows. And since I am using Windows, I will use this installer. It will give me an executable file which I can install very easily. As per your computer's operating system, you can select another program here. If you are on Macs, you can you can see the different Python releases for Mac OS. After installing Python in your computer, you will see idle. Idle is the IDE that comes with default Python installation, and in idle you can click on new file to create the idle programs. So, or to create Python program like x is equal to 4, y is equal to 6, what is x plus y. You can do something basic like this, and you can import libraries and start working. Now let's understand the code that we have used here. So in our code, this is our calculator.py file. In our calculator.py file, the first line is import tkinter as tk. Tkinter is a library that is used to create GUI programs in Python. To import this library so that your program can use it, we are using import tkinter or tkinter as tk. Then we are creating a function to handle button clicks. Like here you can see there are various buttons. So we will create a function that will handle these button clicks. So we are creating a function called def on click, and here we are providing button text. So here I have provided the line by line explanation of the Tkinter calculator program. The entire code and this line by line explanation will be provided in the link, or will be provided as a link in the description as a resource. Now import the Tkinter library for building GUI applications in Python. Tk is used as an alias for easier access to Tkinter functions. Then next we have def on click button text. Its purpose is to defining a function to handle button clicks, as I explained. Button text represents the label, example 1 plus equal to of the button text that was clicked. So here in our function we will use the button text, and this button text will be the different button text that you are seeing. Now if button text is equal to C, then in this condition we are using entry dot delete, and in entry dot delete we are writing 0 comma tk dot end. And if you see here, here we have explained entry. Entry is tk dot entry, and we will explain each thing line by line, but let's understand what is happening here. So if button text is equal to C, the entire text in the entry widget, so entry dot delete tk dot end removes text from index 0 to the end. So we are deleting everything from index 0 to end in the entry widget, and the entry widget is this widget here. Okay, this entry widget is something where on button press we are performing the operations. So this is something that you can see. Okay, so what is happening here in entry dot delete 0 to end means everything from index 0 to end will be deleted. That is what is happening here whenever we are pressing C. Next is else if button text is equal to equal to. So what does this line mean? Remember, whenever we use to equal to, that means a comparison operator. So when button text is C, we are deleting everything from 0 to end in the entry widget, and entry widget for input and result display. Okay, tk.entry is used to create the entry widget. Here width of entry widget is 20. The font that we are using inside entry widget is Arial. Its size is 18. Border width is 5, and we are justifying everything to right. What if we justify everything to left? If you will save and run the program, then you will see everything starts from the right end. Okay, so this is something that you can understand easily. Now root is equal to tk.tk. Let's start from here. So when you have to learn creating a simple GUI, you create the main window. The main window is called root here, and using tk, we are using .tk here to create the main window. So from tk, we are using this tk. So basically tk is the class inside the tk module that we are using to create our window. This will simply create this window for us. Okay, and root.title, since this root is now an object of this class, then we are setting its title as simple calculator. So if you will only run this much of program, you will see an empty window is created. So here we have idle. Here we click new file. We write this much only. First we have to import tk as from tk, or import tkinter as tk, and we will save this program. So we are saving it as tk blank this. Now when you will run this program, you will see a simple window here that is created. Okay, so this simple window is created with the help of this much line of code. Okay, now to create an entry widget for input, result and display, first you will create an entry widget here. Okay, so using tk.entry, and in tk.entry the first argument that we are passing is root, which is the name of window where we want to put this entry widget, its width, its font, its border width and everything. So let's write this much amount of code here. So we have set the title, and now we are creating an entry widget here. Now let's run the module, and you will see it is not creating anything. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to use the entry grid, where we will put row is equal to 0, column is equal to 0, column span is equal to 4. So now you will write this. Okay, step by step you will see, and now you can see the entry widget, like how many rows, how many columns do you have to create. Row is equal to 0, column is equal to 0, and call span is equal to 4. So this will position the widget in the first row and spans it across 4 columns. That is the meaning. That it will position the widget in first row, first column, and spans it across 4 columns. So you can play with these parameters, like what if I say that row is 2, column span is 41. Again, not suggested, but you will see something like this. Here we don't have anything else, that's why we are seeing it like this. So you can play with this, you can put other elements before it, after it, then you will see the results. After doing this, now we have our basic main window ready. Next thing is to define the buttons. So in button, what we are doing is we are creating a Python list, and in this list we are creating 7, 8, 9 forward slash in the first row, 4, 5, 6 star in the second row, 1, 2, 3, and the hyphen sign or minus sign in the third, and C0 equal to n plus in the fourth row. Although these are all in the same rows, these are just elements of the list, but we have written it this way so that it is easier for us to understand, because that is how our calculator is going to look. You can see, so all these button arrangement are done in such an order that in this order they will come. So we will add button to the grid. So as you can see, in row 0 we have the entry widget. In row 1 we will start our buttons. Okay, our buttons will start from row 1 and column 0. So column 0 is this column, it will start for button text in buttons. So every this is the loop that is going to run in buttons list. So this button text will be first 7, then 8, then 9. So in the loop it will run like that. And from button text in buttons, button is equal to, so as tk.entry is creating an entry widget, so tk.button class will create a button in the root window. Here the text will be button text, and this button text is nothing but 7, 8, 9, so on respectively. Width of the button is 5, height of the button is 2, font we are using Arial, and this button is nothing but these buttons that you are seeing here. So when the loop will run, every time these buttons will take the position, and since we have taken entry widgets width is equal to 20, we are taking this widgets width is equal to 5, so that we are using 4 buttons, so we are using something like 5 times 4 is 20. Command is equal to lambda text is equal to button text on click text. Okay, so with the help of this lambda command, we will be able to understand what is the text here. So in command, it we will assign the on click function passing the buttons label. So this is an on click function that will pass the buttons label. Okay, so this is what we are doing here. And let's go back. So text is equal to button text and on clicks text. Now in the we are creating a button grid where row value is equal to value and column value is equal to the column value. Okay, and we are putting padding is equal to 5 and padding x is equal to 5 and padding y is equal to 5. So with the help of this padding, you will be able to see that it will be somewhere in the center. So it will place the button in the grid adding padding for spacing. We will increment the column value for each button. If the column x is 3, it will reset it to 0 and move to the next row. That is what you are seeing here. That column value plus 1 is equal to. So we are increasing the column value by 1. If the column value becomes greater than 3, then column value will automatically become 0. That is why in our calculator, after every 4 buttons, the column value becomes 0. And then we will increment the row value by 1. So now code will come into next row. Then it will take the next row 4, 5, 6 star. Then again the same thing 1, 2, 3, and the same thing and so on. And run the main event loop. So we will use root dot main loop. This is used to run the main event loop. Now here, if button is C, we will delete the entry from 0 to tkn. We will clear everything. Else if button text is equal to, if we have pressed equal to, so we will use try and except. In try we will evaluate. With evaluate you can get entry value, okay, and then you will delete the entry value, and then you will insert at tk end the result of here, and this result will be converted into string in order to be shown there in the entry widget. If there is exception, so we will print the exception as e, and we will delete entry, and we will insert error. If there is error, so you will see error. Otherwise we will insert tk.n button text. So if c or equal to are not pressed, let's say 45 is pressed, this is pressed, 56 is pressed, so it will insert at the end the button text. So it is inserting the button text. But when is equal to is pressed, so it is evaluating the entry whatever you have written there, and then it is uh, deleting 0 to tk end and inserting your result here, okay. So it is deleting so fast we are not able to see, but it is deleting what we have written. So suppose we have written 1 2 into 2 3, so when we will press equal to, it will delete what was written and then give us the result. And result is the important thing here, like result is created, and this result is actually calculated by evaluating whatever is written inside entry. So this is the main thing, entry dot get whatever is written there, it will evaluate it, put it in the result variable, and then we will finally insert the result variable in our program. So this way, this simple program can help you in creating a simple GUI calculator in Python with the help of Tkinter library. Now what you can do, you can create more buttons here, and instead of 3 you can write 4, 5, whatever you want to write, and you can put more buttons in the row. And what you can do, like you can put buttons like sine, cos, tan, some trigonometric values, and you can import the math library, use the math functions, or you can, again you can create more type of other type of functions uh, in this, like these are just simple calculator buttons, but this way you can create different type of calculators. Let's say area of circle calculator, so you can ask for someone's, ask for circles radius, and then you can write pi r square to calculate area, or you can take different other inputs and calculate something. So this is basically what you can do, and based on whatever you will learn from here and whatever you will learn from this simple GUI application, then you will get good knowledge of the Tkinter library and creating basic GUI applications using Python. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.